These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat. Mountain Goat says, remember, the oil and gas law looms in the background and will surface again soon. Also, after this visit to Washington, I fully expect the announcement of Iraq's full ascension to the WTO to pop out shortly. Frank26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly says, I love this. Hearing the report of Al-Sudani's Q&A about raising the level of the value of the Iraqi dinar. Multiple gurus on 420 were saying this, and question, did he really say this? Frank says Frank says you have your leader telling the world in Washington, D.C. they're about to add value to your currency for purchasing power. This is exactly what the monetary reform has been teaching you. Now your prime minister just said it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over and done. Just have to wait now. Militia Man says Al-Sudani first off shows up to Washington, D.C. Big motorcade heads over to the Pentagon the following day. Big motorcade comes to Michigan. What did he have? Big motorcade. He has the attention, the achievements, the statesman. Al-Sudani has shown everybody is flat out phenomenal. Deepwoods article, quote, Al-Sudani, Iraq is witnessing a new reality today in the private sector. MOUs and sovereign guarantees impossible without sovereign currency that has purchasing power. We've learned Iraq's contracts have recently been adjusted so that payment is made in dinar. If so, contracts in the billions paid in dinar would require assurances that the exchange rate would not move in a negative direction. It may even go so far as to give an exchange rate. If the rate were to move negatively, the foreign contractors would lose out because the value of the agreed upon amount is reflection to their home currency would also be less. That's a no-go. Sounds fantastic. Nader from the Mideast said Sudani just got back home. Now let's see what decisions he's going to make. Let's see what he's going to say about his visit to the United States. Let's see if they give him full control of the government and the banks and all that stuff. I'm waiting for him on Monday to come out and say, okay, we have control of everything. The coalition is going to go out soon. It's leaving soon. We control our banks. We have no more punishments. From then, we will see. All right, Breitling says, LOP, people that are smart economists get this wrong. The underlying definition is hyperinflation. How do people fight it? By removing the zeros. Nothing wrong with that. It's smart, but it's hyperinflation. People will point out incorrectly, look at Iraq. The best analysis I've read is that the dinar was worth its height 2.25 to the US dollar. Iraq has never had a customer problem. That's where you find the hidden value in this investment. It is not hyperinflation. Breitling goes on to say there is inflation, but it's 100% policy-based inflation. You had this currency that was worth a lot of money. What was their number one export? Energy. Then war came along, you had war inflation. But did Iraq's customer base change? No. Did the oil producing output change? No, it went up. So that's where you're going to find the value. That's where the value is coming from, and that's it. Frank26 says, like we told you, in our opinion, Al-Sudani, gave orders to have the screens put up. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to make this announcement to the Iraqi citizens, but I just don't see it happening much longer. All right, Claire has an article, quote, Vietnam Central Bank says it's ready to intervene in Forex market. Dong now at a record low against dollar. Quote, intervention is possible even today if needed, State Bank of Vietnam Deputy Governor Dow Minh Tu says at a briefing in Hanoi on Friday. The dong dropped to a record low of 25,463 per dollar on the day. All right, Militia Man article, quote, member of the Sudanese delegation, we will witness a rapid decline of the dollar in the coming days. When they say rapid decline of the dollar, I don't believe for a moment they're saying the dollar is going to crash. What I believe they're saying is their expectation is the dinar is going to rise. Lastly, we have Frank26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly says television saying that The CBI governor is going to stay in Washington, D.C. for a few extra days. They say to us he's following up on what Sudani was doing. Frank says now that Sudani is back, he's going to start the process of explaining to you Iraqi citizens everything on how you're going to be receiving your lower notes, how you're going to use the ATM machines, accounts, maybe even education on the coins that will be coming out eventually. You should be excited because I am.